Monday, September 27th. I just finished speaking to my bee just to update her. We were updating each other. Just about what's been going on and just people from my past, and even with this new fire, so just updating her. And then telling her about my dreams. And the connection, right? The connection that I'm seeing in the types of dreams that I used to have around going to the restroom in public in my dreams. And then the one that I just had where it was, I've never had a dream like that where I was so comfortable taking a dump. And then she was laughing. And I'm just like, I felt like a little girl, just la la, just going, swinging my legs, because I couldn't touch the floor. But then realizing that I needed to clean myself, and then there was a little bit of toilet paper left. And then after, I was like, oh, I'm not done yet. Just keep going. And then telling her, right, that this new fire sign was waiting for me outside the door. Because when I finally go through, he's there. And then I remember I was reflecting on, like, what was that emotion that I felt? Because it wasn't worry and it wasn't insecurity, like I said before. The word was uneasiness. There was an uneasiness within him. And that's been on my mind last night. And I even put it out in the universe. I was just like, why would he feel uneasy? Why would he feel uneasy? Because I still haven't heard from him. Which again, it's not, and I was telling B, I was just like, it's not like him. I'm like, even if he weren't interested, like, he would tell me, like, I'm not interested. Like, you know, or like, I could see him telling me that he's just not interested. Because he's made comments before when, yeah, but anyways. He's made comments before, like when we were planning something, and I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but you know, we had planned to meet up at San Luis Obispo, right? And I feel like I already talked about this. Maybe it was in my head. We had planned to meet up halfway, San Luis Obispo, in front of the mission steps, and he said it was very romantic. Romantic idea. But then he said he couldn't. So you know, he said, how about this other day? Or even other times he's like, that would have been great if I would be able to, but I can't, right? So it leads me to believe that he would say something, right, if he wasn't interested. But just this feeling of uneasiness within him. And I remember telling myself last night, I was just like, there's a few possibilities. The few possibilities I have in my mind about where this uneasiness is coming from. And I spoke them out to the universe. I'm like, it's one of those. I know it is. I know it is. But then I still went to bed. Asking, why is he uneasy? Show me why he's uneasy. And I didn't get the answer. So either I didn't get the answer because I wasn't supposed to know the answer, or because one of my hypotheses is correct. But instead, I had this like crazy ass dream. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever had those dreams where like so much is going on. I don't even know where to start. And I'm not even going to try to explain what was going on in my dream. But I woke up exhausted. Like it felt like I didn't rest because I was like all over in my dream. And so it felt like I just didn't rest because I was everywhere in my dream. So I woke up exhausted, late. I woke up late too and exhausted. And remembering I need to wash. So I have my pile of clothes to wash. I'm gonna go wash right now. Still thinking about this uneasiness. And I told my B, I was like, it has to be one of these reasons. I know it is. And then I'm like, and it's not like I can ask him. And she's like, you're not gonna reach out to him again? I'm like, no, I'm not. Well, he's a grown man. You know, if, you know, he'll respond back if he wants to, and if he doesn't, at least I said my piece, right? It is what it is. And I'm like, and I told her, I was just like, you know, silence speaks. Silence speaks loudly if you know how to listen. So, anyways, so that happened. But then last night, so I'm doing these birth charts, right? And I'm at the same time doing mine over again, even though I had one done. But there were elements that, you know, she didn't cover because of the timing. And so I'm going through and doing these birth charts and doing mine at the same time, so I can learn, right? If I know how to apply it for myself, then I can easily apply it for someone else. Dang it, I have 2 minutes left. So I realized for Gemini, so my sun sign is Gemini, and it says like that I would thrive as a writer, an actor, particularly in the theater. And that's a talent of mine because I'm a master of words. And even my Libra rising, it says that I'd be successful in any field related to that which is artistic. And that I'm very talkative, right? Growing up, I wasn't. Like, I had this desire to embrace those things, but there was something that was holding me back. And I remember I wasn't very talkative. My mom worried about me because I wasn't able to make friends. I wasn't one to really speak up, right? So, and then this whole journey, if you will, has been about me overcoming that stuckness of speaking my truth, right? Speaking up to save myself. Speaking what I want, my desires, right? And so then I'm thinking, in terms of how to interpret this, in terms of how to communicate it to people, I have to make sure that if there's something in there, if I'm entertaining the idea that this is truth, or there's an element of truth in it, right? Then the parts that are missing are the parts where we're emotionally stuck, or that there's a blockage, right? Is what I'm getting, like, I don't know if there's truth in that, but that's what I'm looking into, that's a possibility. If I'm entertaining the idea that there's something here, right? So anyways, that came to mind as to if something doesn't resonate in this storyline because of what's happening and unfolding in real time, that's probably where the blockage is. And then also being mindful of like that, because it talks about like the type of household that you would be raised in. But then if there's also blockages within that household, that's going to then impact the unfolding of that person's birth chart as well, right? All of these factors, all of these elements that I'm trying to... Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, you know, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience, and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, you know, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and you know, we'll see what else comes next for me. So